Now this problem is going to deal with our empirical rule. It says listed below are the numbers of satellites in orbit from different countries. Based on these results, is it unusual for a country to not have any satellites? Why or why not? Now, in order to answer this question, we're going to need the mean and we're going to need the standard deviation. So I've gone into Google and I have typed my data. So I'm just going to come over here to a new field and I'm going to start typing. I'm going to put my equal sign and average. So I'm going to click on average. I'm going to highlight my whole column here and hit enter. So my average in this one is 10.79 da 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 da. Remember, our rule that we have is that we go one place past the original data. So my original data is in the they're all whole numbers. So what I want to do is I want to round to the nearest tenths place. So the 7 is in the tenths place. The number past it is 5 or bigger. So we're going to put 10.8 for our mean. Okay, and I think I'm going to make this field a little smaller so that we can, I'm just trying to make it look a little nicer here. Okay, now we also need the standard deviation. So I'm going to start typing equals standard deviation. It's the first thing that pops up. I'm going to highlight everything I have and I'm going to hit enter. So my standard deviation, so standard deviation, let's go back and make this a little bigger so we can fill in our standard deviation, happens to be for this one 31.8. So that's my standard deviation. Now, let's go back and answer these questions. So we have a mean of 10.8 and a standard deviation of 31.8. So mean 10.8, standard deviation is 31.8. Now, in order to answer this question, we need to go 2 standard deviations above the mean and 2 standard deviations below the mean. So 2 times 31.8 comes out to 63.6. So 2 standard deviations is equal to 63.6. So what I want to do is take 10.8 plus 63.6 and I get 74.4, and I want to take 10.8 minus 63.6, and so I have negative 52.8 to 74.4. So if I'm looking at this and it says, based on these results, is it unusual for a country to not have any satellites? Well, 0 does fall in my range here. 0 is between negative 52.8 and 74.4. So it is not unusual to have no satellites because 0 falls between negative 52.8 and 74.4. So that's what we're doing when we answer that question.